In this video, let's explore Zira, the main antagonist from the second Lion King movie. She's a fascinating character, and her motivations throughout the story are really interesting. First of all, Zira was super devoted to Scar. When Scar took over the throne, it seemed like she always believed in him and was fiercely loyal. But when Scar was defeated by Simba and ended up dying, Zira and a group of lions who were still loyal to Scar found themselves exiled. They were forced to live in the Outlands, which is a pretty desolate place. One of the most mysterious things about Zira is her relationship with Scar. It seems like there might have been something going on between them, but at the same time, it's not entirely clear. Maybe she was just really loyal to him? We do know that she has 3 kids, Nuka, Vitani, and Kovu. And it was Scar who chose Kovu to be his successor. However, it's pretty obvious that Kovu isn't Scar's biological son. So, Scar either saw a lot of potential in Kovu, or maybe Zira manipulated things behind the scenes to put her child in power, which would also benefit her. Zira's whole thing is about revenge against Simba. All she wants is to take back the throne because she genuinely believes that Scar was the perfect king. And she's not foolish. She didn't just walk into the Pride Lands and declare war. Instead, she came up with a clever plan to take over. She is definitely not a good mother. She doesn't seem to care about her kids at all. The only one she's really interested in is Kovu. She's obsessed with the idea of putting him on the throne to become the new king. To achieve this, she manipulates him constantly. As a result, Kovu suffers a lot because he grows up with his mom drilling into his head that Simba should die and he should be the one in charge.
What is your destiny?
I will avenge Scar. Take his place in the Pride Lands.
Yes. What have I taught you?
Simba is the enemy.
And what must you do?
I must kill him.
Her whole plan is to prepare him to be strong enough for the task ahead. She sends him back to the Pride Lands, pretending that he's a reformed lion who has changed his ways. Her ultimate goal is for Kovu to gain Simba's trust, then attack and kill him, and take over the kingdom. This is Zira's way of avenging Scar and getting her son into power.
The closer Kovu gets to the daughter, the closer he gets to Simba. And once he has Simba alone...
But something she didn't count on was that Kovu would fall in love with Kiera, who is Simba's daughter. This completely throws a wrench into her plans because Kovu can't bring himself to finish what he started. When Zira realizes that Kovu can't complete his mission, she takes extreme measures.
Simba has hurt me for the last time. Now he has corrupted Kovu. Listen to me. Simba is injured and weak. Now is the time to attack. We will take his entire kingdom by force.
She declares war and leads a large army of lions to attack the Pride Lands by force. She was initially very strategic about her approach, but when that didn't work, she resorted to brute force. Zira ended up losing the battle, and it's even more tragic because she had a chance to be saved by Kiera, but her pride was so incredibly strong that she refused the help, which ultimately led to her falling off a cliff and dying. It was her unquenchable thirst for revenge combined with her unyielding pride that made her unwilling to accept help from anyone else, even when it could have saved her life. Zira is definitely a tragic character, and her story arc is all about seeking revenge for Scar and trying to take over the Pride Lands. She puts her son Kovu through some tough situations, essentially forcing him to undergo a kind of mental torture to ensure he'd be strong enough and convinced enough to kill Simba. But things don't go as planned because Kovu ends up falling in love with Simba's daughter Kiera, and through this experience, he comes to realize that the path his mother has been pushing him down isn't the right one. What's remarkable is that pretty much everyone from her group, including her children, manages to find redemption and change their ways. They realize that their past actions were misguided and decide to move forward in a more positive direction. But Zira is the only one who refuses to do that.
Let it go, Zira. It's time to put the past behind us.
I'll never let it go! This is for you, Scar.
Her inability to let go of her anger and pride ultimately leads to her downfall.